Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the witnesses for being here. Unfortunately, mega fires are not new to me nor my community. In 2021, in the Central Valley of California, the KNP complex fire decimated some of the last remaining giant sequoia groves in and around the Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. These trees thrive with fire, but the sheer force and unnatural scale of this mega fire proved to destroy even the most resilient, oldest trees in the world. So building off the Fix Our Forests Act, I introduced the Save Our Sequoias Act to spur the aggressive forest management we need to protect our remaining forests. One of the main sections of this bill declares an emergency to streamline resources. If I could ask Mr. Weiner, how would more expanded emergency declarations help spur forest management? And are there other creative ways to achieve our forest treatment goals in an expedited manner?
Yes, I mean, I think we can read the writing on the wall here and see that Governor Newsom and President Trump, both within the same weekend, announced new emergency authorities to do landscape scale treatments because executives who are in charge, regardless of party, understand that they need to cut through red tape to get at this problem. And Sequoias is a really good example of how we've been able to yield results very quickly. They were able to treat about 50% of the groves in the 3 years now since emergency authorities were announced to help them move forward, right? And that's something that is absolutely replicable elsewhere and is a real success story.
Thank you for that. To Mr. Wright, the Burrell Fire was the largest fire in Kern County's history, and I'm proud to represent that area, and devastated wildland urban interface communities in my district in the summer of 2024, including the complete destruction of the town of Havilah. Because these communities are small and rural, they did not meet the minimum damage threshold for FEMA aid. At the same time, insurance rates in California are not attainable, which I'm sure you're aware of. With more and more companies eliminating policies or leaving the state altogether, it leaves our residents with little options besides the California Fair Plan, which is extremely expensive and it lacks the true coverage needed for homeowners. If I can ask you, for states like California and probably other states who hopefully will not follow our path, where the insurance market is struggling, how do we motivate insurance companies to re-enter the state and re-enter the market and create more sustainability in the insurance space?
As you well know, Prop 103 in California created more complexities in the property insurance market than any other place in the country. While I'm hopeful that what Commissioner Lara, the insurance commissioner, has announced, he'll be able to follow through and meet those pieces, ultimately there needs to be a reset in the market and to bring more folks back. And then we also need to help the homeowners take the actions on their homes so that they are more attractive risk.
I understand that California is the last state to kind of allow for reinsurance and catastrophic modeling. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, California, for various reasons that I won't go into the minutia of, didn't allow the price of reinsurance, had limited on what could be done on modeling. Commissioner Lara had made some announcements, and they're starting to begin the implementation. It's ironic that as many things as California might lead the country on this front, it's been at the back of the train.
I appreciate that. Mr. Muncy, during the Burrell Fire, many others that have impacted, and along with other fires that have impacted our communities over the last few years, we've seen that the Forest Service has been hamstrung with its aerial firefighting capabilities by requiring firefighting aircraft to be monitored by another spotter aircraft. I wanted to get your perspective on how the Forest Service could be better in enacting safety measures that would allow for more successful deployment of aerial resources for fire suppression.
Aviation is probably the most dangerous thing that occurs on a wildfire, and aviation coordination's critical. And so I'm not against having a lead plane or an air attack. I think these are very important concepts. Specifically, I think where you hear the objective from local government is the ability to use night flying helicopters on federal instances. This past year, the Vista Fire is a great example where we had night flying helicopters that were available, but because we didn't have a helicopter coordinator that was a state or federal employee, these nighttime critical resources were not able to fly. We did have a local government qualified carded HELCO, and they weren't being used. I called the U.S. Forest Service, our local forest, and I volunteered to pay out of my local budget to have that HELCO coordinator that could fly to take action on federal land in order to keep that fire small so it wouldn't spread to our local communities. It took 3 days in order to fill that position. Ultimately, they didn't charge me. They did the right thing, but that was very frustrating to us.
I appreciate that. I know, and seeing in my community, time is of the essence in terms of addressing these. So I'd love to partner with you and get more information. My time has run out, so I certainly will yield back to the chairman.
Thank you very much. I got a quick question for you. Federalism. You know, we are supposed to have consultation with local governments, county supervisors,